How is it already August? I mean, this year is passing by so quickly. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Prashansa and I'm here to make reading cool again. So, this is everything that I read and watched in the month of July. So, the first book that I read in the month of July was The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand. So, it is a murder mystery novel set in Nantucket. I think Ellen Hildebrand ki sari books are set in Nantucket. I might be wrong, but she's from Nantucket. So in The Perfect Couple, there's a wedding that's about to happen, but the maid of honor mysteriously dies. So police investigation hoti hai. The thing that I like about this book is कि there are a lot of side characters और उनके बारे में भी you get to know about their life also, which I found interesting. But the overall murder mystery wasn't that good. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was The Briar Club by Kate Quinn. Now, this is such a good book. It is set in the 1950s, so just after the World War has ended. There's a boarding house, जिसमें there's a bunch of women living, but they don't really interact with each other. But then there is this one woman who starts living there, and then she starts hosting these supper clubs. I think it's called Thursday supper clubs, जिसमें फिर धीरे धीरे they start interacting with each other. हर chapter is to the history and their present of each character. And थर्सडे सपर क्लब में वो बनाते हैं, उसकी पूरी रेसिपी लिखी होती है. So like food is one thing that connects everyone, even if everyone comes from different backgrounds. So her recipe ke end mein there's also a song that's dedicated. So you listen to that song while you eat that food. So it's a really well written story and I highly recommend reading this book. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was again by Ellen Hildebrand. I read The Five-Star Weekend by her. Now, this book I liked. It's again set in Nantucket. It follows our main character who decides to host her friends from different stages of life. So, one from high school, one from college, one from her adult friendship, like while her children were growing up, and one current friend. तो यू नो हाउ दे मीट ईच अदर एंड देन दिस उसके हर फ्रेंड के साथ अलग कॉम्प्लेक्स रिलेशनशिप है. So there are some fights happening over the weekend, some bonding happening, and lots of secrets come out. So like there's a lot of depth in each character's storyline. So I really liked this book. I enjoyed reading it. Also, there is a adaptation of this book which has come out on Peacock, and I'll watch it soon and let you know how I liked it. And if you have watched it, let me know if you liked it or not. Next, we'll move on to all the shows and movies that I watched. So, the first show that I watched was The Perfect Couple on Netflix. Now, after watching the show, I kind of liked the book better. जबकि शो में देयर वाज़ निकोल किडमैन और ईशान खट्टर है इस शो में, but the show wasn't really that well written according to me. So you could just skip the show. And then I watched Backrooms Everything Must Go. So they have re-released the movie Backrooms with special footage. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. So if you don't know, this movie was actually a YouTube series. A24 Productions decided to convert this into a movie, and the director is same as the one who created that YouTube series. And so this movie has actually turned out to be the A24's most profitable movie. And the concept of the movie is based out of liminal spaces. कैसे if you go to these empty hallways या फिर empty office space या house space, तो थोड़ा सा ऐसे creepy feeling आती है. So it is based out of that concept. I wouldn't spoil it any further for you. Just go and watch this movie. And then, of course, I watched The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. It is probably one of the most anticipated movies of this year. So it's a Greek mythology based out of Homer's poems. It follows the Odysseus after the Trojan War has ended and his long journey back to home. तो मूवी उस समय मैंने जब देखी तो मेरे को अच्छी लगी because like it's very grand, very well made. I mean, it's a Christopher Nolan movie, but one thing that I didn't like was the dialogues. There was no depth to the dialogues. और वो लोग जैसे बोल रहे थे टॉम हॉलैंड, एन हैथवे, ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो आज के टाइम की मूवी है एंड दे आर लाइक टॉकिंग नॉर्मली आज के टाइम में जैसे बात करते हैं, उस तरह से बात कर रहे थे। सो आई डिडंट लाइक दैट पार्ट। द ओनली एक्टर आई लाइक्ड वाज मैट डेमन in the whole movie. So yeah, I have mixed reviews on the movie. The next thing that I would like to mention is FIFA World Cup's finale. And I would really like to mention it because I was rooting for Spain even though it was not the most popular choice, and they won the final, so I'm very happy. And it was such a fun time during the World Cup because I live in the US and the World Cup was happening in the US. So collectively the whole world was watching World Cup. उसपे इतने memes आ रहे थे, तो it was such a fun time. The next show that I watched was I Will Find You on Netflix, which was a very surprising show. I wasn't expecting much out of it. In this, we follow our main character who is in jail because he's convicted of murdering his own son. But then he escapes jail because he finds out new evidence that his son might be alive. तो बहुत अच्छी thriller, high paced, fast story है, and I'll recommend this show. So this is all that I've read and watched in the month of July. Let me know in the comments if you also read or watched any of the same things that I did. What all you read or watched recently that you really liked? Let me know in the comments. I would really like some new suggestions. So like, share, and subscribe. Till then, goodbye.